Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're tackling a period of intense tension and ideological struggle, the Cold War. This wasn't a war with traditional battlefields, but a decades-long standoff between the United States, the Soviet Union, shaping the course of the 20th century. Over the next couple of minutes, we'll delve into the origins of the Cold War, the major events that defined this era, and the lasting impact it had on the world. A world divided following World War II, the victorious Allied powers emerged deeply divided. The US, a capitalist democracy, and the USSR, a communist state, had fundamentally different visions for the post-war world. This ideological clash laid the foundation for the Cold War. The Iron Curtain descent. Winston Churchill famously described the divide between Eastern and Western Europe as an Iron Curtain. The Soviet Union established communist governments in Eastern Europe, while the US supported democratic movements in Western Europe. Germany became a flashpoint, divided into capitalist West Germany and communist East Germany. The Berlin Wall became a powerful symbol of this division. The arms race and brinkmanship. Cold War was a race to develop ever more destructive weapons. Both the US and the USSR stockpiled nuclear weapons, leading to a constant fear of mutually assured destruction. Leaders on both sides engaged in brinkmanship, pushing the boundaries of conflict without ever wanting a full-scale war. Proxy wars and the fight for influence. The Cold War wasn't just fought through nuclear threats. Proxy wars erupted around the world, as the US and USSR supported opposing sides in conflicts like the Korean War and the Vietnam War. These wars were battlegrounds for ideological influence, with devastating consequences for the regions involved. Beyond the battlefield, the space race and the Berlin airlift. Cold War wasn't just about military might. It also fueled a race for technological supremacy. The space race saw the US and USSR launch satellites, probes, and eventually, humans into space. The Berlin airlift, where the US and its allies supplied a blockaded West Berlin, highlighted the human cost of the Cold War tensions. The Cold War at home. The Cold War permeated everyday life. In the US, fear of communism led to McCarthyism, a period of heightened suspicion and persecution of suspected communists. Civil defense drills prepared citizens for a potential nuclear attack. The Cold War cast a long shadow over societies on both sides of the Iron Curtain.
The end of the Cold War. By the late 1980s, the Soviet Union was economically stagnant. Reforms introduced by Mikhail Gorbachev, including glasnost openness and perestroika restructuring, led to a loosening of Soviet control over Eastern Europe. In a stunning moment in 1989, the Berlin Wall fell, marking a symbolic end to the Iron Curtain. A legacy of change, the Cold War's end reshaped the world map. The Soviet Union dissolved and new nations emerged in Eastern Europe. The US remained the world's sole superpower, but the ideological and bipolar world of the Cold War was gone. The Cold War was a period of fear, tension, and technological advancement. It left a lasting legacy on the world stage. While the Cold War may be over, understanding this complex historical period is crucial to comprehending the world we live in today. If you're interested in learning more about the Cold War, I'll leave some resources in the description below. Thanks for joining me on this journey through history.